G'day guys and welcome back to Now or Never. Hey, in this week's episode, we're going to continue getting the BYD Shark 6 ready to tow that caravan there. Now in the last episode, we went and put new wheels and tyres on and we fixed BYD's biggest mistake they made with this car. We've increased the fuel capacity. We've doubled it to 120 litres with a long range fuel tank. Righto guys, next up we are installing the brake controller. Obviously one of the most important things we need for towing the caravan. A lot of you guys asked me what was going on when we did the first tow test, and we had a Bluetooth brake controller. I borrowed that off a mate of mine and it worked absolutely fine, but I always wanted a hardwired brake controller for multiple reasons really. One of them is for the override button not being on a screen or being Bluetooth, and just generally Bluetooth connection. I don't have a lot of faith in it staying connected all the time, just from history of using stuff like that on your phone. So I've come down here to Savage Tech. They are going to install their brake controller kit. They hit me up recently and they said, we've just developed this kit for the Shark 6 Performance. They've been doing it for the Premium for a while now. Now it's pretty much a plug and play kit. It is a full harness replacement for your factory 13-pin controller. I'll let Byron from Savage Tech tell you all about it in a minute, but it's super easy. So if you want to jump online and order one of these, you can do it yourself at home, and that's what I like about it. So let's get in there and they're going to install it to the car.
So I'm here with Alex. How you going, mate?
Good, mate.
So he's brought his Shark into us and we're going to install our brake controller system on it. So it's a full DIY plug and play system. So it comes with a Deutsch connector that will plug into the back factory 13-pin harness that we'll provide. Okay, so that replaces your factory 13-pin that's on the car. It replaces with this, gives you an output to your brake controller. So you're going to pretty much plug that in, mount that up. We've got a full video online so you can learn how to do that. That plugs into the factory Lithium on the car. That runs all the way along the chassis rail, up into the back cab, into the back cabin, plugs into the ECU module, solder in the blue and red onto that cable there. Super easy, so if you're pretty handy, you can definitely just solder these two wires together. That's about as hard as it gets. The rest of it's quite plug and play. You've got an earth that goes onto a M6 bolt that's in the car, or an M8 bolt, sorry, that's in the car. Then this one here, this is your main power feed, and you get a little fuse that Matt is currently grabbing for me. So you're just gonna grab that, solder that as well. So you've got 3 wires to solder, put the fuse in here, and that goes straight to the positive under the back seat. So super easy to install. Then, how cool is this? Everyone knows what a Type-C cable is. You've got a Type-C cable. You're gonna plug your Type-C cable, a nice braided Type-C cable into the box. That mounts under the rear seat. The Type-C cable's got a nice little right angle on it. Then you're gonna use screen, nice little fancy screen. That goes up like that and mounts up in your cabin. So you've got brake override and a full digital LCD screen. How cool is that? Super easy to use, and it's nice and visual. It's a real good visual. So you've got something to actually look at, know if it's working. It tells you when your trailer's connected and not connected. All right, over to you, Alex. What do you reckon?
Cheers, mate. So we've got the caravan hooked up now, and it's got a heap of different settings. You can scroll through all your presets for your sizes. You got your override button here, which is nice and easy to get to, close to the steering wheel. And then you can put your how much it's braking up and down. And then a little bit different to any brake controller we've had before, you've got a menu and you've got a heap of different options you can go through. So it's a very versatile setup. Now the next thing we need to do to this car is add something onto the back there for a very special travel companion of ours. High five. Good boy. All right, for those of you who don't know who we are, this is our travel dog, Cooper. He is 14 years old. He's an old boy, aren't you, boy? He absolutely loves traveling with us. He loves jumping in the back of the ute. Now, because we travel with the caravan and we've got 2 kids in the back of the car, he's not in the car with us. There's not enough room at all. He's a big dog. It just does not work out. So we need to do a setup in the back here. We need a canopy because we don't want to have him out in the open, out in the weather. We want him enclosed in a nice space while we travel. Good boy. Now, I said in an earlier episode about this car that we're going to get a tub top canopy. We're going to retain the factory tub and do a topper. And that's what we've got here, right behind me on this monstrous pallet. So this is a fully assembled canopy. It is not a flat pack, and there's a few reasons why I wanted to go for something like that. But let me open this up now and I'll show you what we've gone with. And this is it, guys, the Utemaster Centurion Mark IV canopy. Now, Utemaster are a New Zealand-based company, so this canopy here has just arrived from all the way over the ditch. Now, when they reached out to us and asked us if we wanted to use one of their canopies, they rattled off all the features that they have, and we knew straight away we wanted one. It's pretty damn cool. So let's get this thing installed, and once I've got it on the car, I'm going to show you through the whole thing and all the features that it has. But before we even get into putting the canopy on, we've got to get the wiring set up for the central locking. Now, the instructions say it's about a 60 to 90 minute install, and I'm going to assume that a lot of that time is going to be installing the wiring harness, because you got to pull off trim panels, you got to run it through body components and whatnot. So we'll get that side of it out of the road, and then it should be as simple as just lifting the canopy on. So it comes with one single wiring harness to keep things nice and simple. We're going to start pulling these panels off, so let's get stuck into that. Jesus, look at that. This comes with some kind of, I wouldn't even call it glue, some kind of goo in the rubber. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get some terps onto that. What a mess. Oh, it's everywhere. Wow. I mean, good on them for making it stick down, but that is messy. All right, I'm gonna clean up this goo now because I can't deal with it. So the easiest way to clean off stuff like this is to get yourself a rag, something you don't really like to wear anymore. Chuck a little bit of terps on it. It will destroy it, so make sure it's not a good shirt or a good piece of clothing. Just rub it all off. Just joking, guys. We love wild touring, but Cam, you're gonna need a new shirt, mate. Oh my God, this glue is everywhere. I don't want to touch anything. Remove plastic trim. Okay. There we go. Be smart if I put this forward earlier. Oh, that's better. Now we're going to pull out the B pillar plug, which is in this hole here. Now they give you these little wire splice clips, so I've got to chuck that over my unlock wire, which is green. Then grab my harness, find the correct wire. There we go. Got a black and a red. Unlock is black, so I need that to get spliced into the green. All right, now we need to run power to it. So they've got this separate bit of the wire, so we want to feed all this down and around and under our seat here, because under here we have our fuse block. We've got spare terminals there, so we just need to pick one of those. Now we're going to remove the front kick panel. Yay! More glue. Then we need to peel back the carpet to reveal this grommet here. That's where our main wiring is going to go down through the floor. Now we're going to pull our cable forward from the back, run it along the kick panels, feed it through that grommet in the floor. Okay. So I was having a really hard time figuring out how to get this plug end through the grommet in the floor, because the hole underneath, it's like a dual layer metal floor, the hole underneath wasn't big enough. But then reading on, it says to disconnect it. So this was all sitting as one piece, and that's obviously why. So that is the only section that has to run through the floor. Then we run this section from the tub down. So I'll get this through the floor now and seal it back up. They leave a grommet in there, so that will be sealed again. You won't have a hole in the floor. Next up, we're going to remove these caps on the sides. There we go. Break every clip. Literally break every clip. Next up, we'll grab our mounting brackets and our hardware. I'm going to chuck the front ones on and then we'll do the rear ones. Now, like most things I do, I've started too late. I'm about to run out of sunlight, but we're ready. I've got the brackets on. All we've got to do now is lift the canopy on, sit it in position. I think it's going to be a bit awkward though.
How heavy is it?
It's 75 kilos. Divided by 2, but it's the height of this thing. So we need to be up here. So I'm wondering if we get our hands under it like that.
Yeah.
Let's just try.
Good luck to me. Oh, I'm nervous. I feel like this is going to be very heavy.
Okay, you okay?
Yep.
Hopefully that just, oh yeah, that's not too bad.
There's no way I'm going to be able to lift this on there.
There we go. Okay. So just stop for a sec. Okay, you'll have to get out now. Just sit it down. Yeah, sit it down. All right, now you'll... All right. I wonder if we both hop in here now.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe we can lift from in here.
All right, let's do that. Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
I don't think it's exactly in the right spot.
No, it's all right because my bolts will get it. Righto, so don't be like me, don't start a job like this so late and work into the night, but we got it on and I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm wrapped with how it looks. I think it suits the BYD very well. Now I told you I'm going to talk you through some of the features of why I was sold on this canopy. And first up, it is this, central locking on all 3 doors. Now these locks are also bandit proof, so if someone tries to come in, get a lever under here and even break this handle off, it still won't unlock the door. It's still going to be fully locked. So that's really handy. Now, second up is the size of these doors. That is the whole canopy. So there is no space on either side that you lose from having your door. It's the whole way. Same with the back. Whole way. So all you've got is this little channel here. So because these come fully assembled and all pre-wired, it's not a flat pack at all. It's got the wiring in here ready for our light. We've opted for a light on the rear, so we've got white and orange, and it's just a touch on and off. And it's got the little sensor here, or the little switch, so that when you close the door, it turns the light off, so it's not running the whole time. Now going back to the fact that this is a fully assembled unit, it gets delivered exactly how you see it. It's waterproof, which is one of my biggest things. There's a lot of canopies out there, a lot of great ones, but sometimes the flat packs, you have to seal them yourself. And I've seen a lot of water ingress or people having issues with water ingress. And we actually had that with the previous canopy that we ran. Now this has the cyclone water channels. So it's designed that the water comes down off the roof, comes along the top of the doors, and it all funnels out down here. They reckon these are 100% watertight. It's got this nice big seal along the base of the canopy itself, and then you've got these big rubbers that close down hard, nice and all sealed around there, so that when we close all this, that water can still run down all this channel, funnel out here. Now the final thing is what's going to happen with Cooper, our dog. He's in the back here, he needs some air. So they've got this system here, right? So we've got these extra latches. Flick that down, tighten it up. Close the door and you can see we've got a gap all under here and up the side, and that's where the air is going to channel in, so he's going to have plenty of air in there, and this still locks with the central locking, so I can leave it like that parked somewhere and you can't get in. The door is still going to stay locked. Then last of all, we've got a positive pressure vent up here, so if we're traveling dusty roads or whatever, we can pop that open. It'll push the air in or force the air in as we're driving. And we also use that as our exit hole for our Starlink cable, which has actually worked really well because I can close it. And because of the rubber seal in there, it's still watertight, but it's not crushing our cable. So that's another little use out of that one. Anyway, thank you so much, Utemaster. Absolutely love this thing. Can't wait to kit it out and make the most of it. All right, next up, guys, we're going to do some bush wraps on the BYD. Now, I really wish we had done that on our last car.
Yeah, we got the ceramic like paint protection on it and everything,
yeah,
but the black just showed up every single scratch. Like, there's no getting it out.
After we did that on that car, I'm not sure how I feel about that factory ceramic coating these days. A lot of people say it's a bit of a jip. Let us know. Do you think it's a jip?
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments.
Anyways, we're obviously not doing it with this car. So.
No, definitely not. So look, the bush wraps is a membrane that you put over the outside of the car. It's a PPF. And so if it gets scratched, it's the actual product itself that gets scratched, not your paintwork. It is self-healing. This one is the 5-year product. So put it on now. By 2031, we'll have to pull it off and do it again or do something else. So I'm excited to put this on because we are going to hit some more scratchy stuff and it's just going to be a little bit of peace of mind. Anyway, they say it's a 2-man job. So I'm going to be completely honest. I've done a couple of panels already on my own waiting for Erin. It's definitely a 2-man job. So do yourself a favor, don't leave it to the last minute like us, and get someone to help you. But there was a lot of prep work. So most of the work is preparing the paintwork before you even get this box out. So I gave the car a good wash. Luckily it's fairly new, so it didn't have too much muck on it. But then the most important thing is a clay bar. So do you know what that is?
No.
It's a little bit of clay that you rub over the paintwork and it takes all the little imperfections and stuff off the paint.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it took me a while. It's not perfect, but nothing we have is ever perfect. So
yeah, and it's either you have not perfect wraps or you have scratches on your car. So
yeah, and look,
which would you prefer, really?
If you want to run scratches, run them. They're memories. But I'm looking forward to being able to peel this off later on.
And be like, oh,
and it's nice because,
scratchy.
Yeah, well, a lot of people said this car's going to be worth $4 in about 5 years. So
we need to do what we can to protect it.
I'm hoping to get $5. So yeah. Anyway, let's get a couple of these panels out, and I'll show you what I've learnt, and we'll try to get them on. So this is how the panels come. They are car specific, so they're cut out exactly for the BYD Shark 6, and they have instructional videos for your actual car online. So it actually makes it a hell of a lot easier because things like this, there's a little cut down here to allow for this section, which is the BYD's doors aren't very plain and straight, so it's actually a little bit trickier. That's what I was struggling around in these areas like this, but it's all doable. So what we have to do is you get yourself your spray bottle. You've got a certain amount of the solution that they supply with it to put in depending on the temperature, and you've got a little test square. So make sure you use that test square, check that it's gonna move all right, and then you can get working on the panels. All right, that's the wrong way. So let's turn that around because I need the paper facing towards me. They're all Mark II.
I'm doing show and tell.
Yeah.
I'm just standing here.
They're all Mark II, so just there it says right front door. Now, I ignored that marking before when I picked up my first one because I looked at it and I went, no, that's the other side. But it's because it's opposite, because the inside's the sticky side. Anyway.
It's all a bit too scientific for me. I'm just going to do what you tell me to do.
Okay. Can you just stand
I've
here?
also come straight just from work, so I'm not really in my bush wrapping clothes, but...
Come stand here, please.
How long do I have to hold this like this for?
Once I spray this, so I'm going to spray this down. So keeping everything nice and wet is the key. Got to wet your fingers. Let me go this corner. All right, hold that please. Actually, stop. Wet your fingers.
Oh, wet my whole arm sleeve.
Sorry, your whole arm sleeve.
Yeah.
All right, hold that tight. This falls on the ground, we're cooked.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of pressure.
Okay. All right, now spray the whole thing down. Stand still.
Got it in my eyeballs.
Sorry, I had to. Just once. I had to do it once. I will not do it again. Also, wipe down your panels before you go sticking this on, because any little tiny bit of anything gets stuck under there forever.
Forever until you pull them off.
Okay, you're in the top corner. So see that? See how it moves around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it comes with a squeegee. We want to wet that down and wet the whole outside of the panel. Otherwise it'll grab as you're trying to squeegee everything. And then when you squeeze the water out of it, it sort of activates the glue, I guess.
So I thought it was just like a static clean.
Nah, it's like a some kind of sciencey glue thing.
Very technical.
But once I get all the water out around this handle, that means that section's locked in. And then we can start lining up other bits. A lint-free microfiber too. So as you're pushing that water out, you really want to grab it. Because as long as there's water and solution under it, it won't stick. Now, one suggestion I'd have is don't do this completely outside. We don't have anywhere undercover at our house, so I've come to Mum's here to do it at least in a carport. But unfortunately, it is a bit of a windy day. It's making it tricky. Because if it blows any little bits of anything, they're getting stuck. All right, that's the kit all installed. It's time consuming, so just try to be patient. A bit of a woosa.
Oh dear.
Because it can get frustrating sometimes. And you see it in the videos when they're installing it. You've got to push, stretch, and do all this, but your hands are slippery. So just take your time, peel it off, respray it.
Yep.
Just keep going until you've got it right. So I'm happy with it. It's not perfect, but it's going to protect our car, which is the main thing. So anyway, good work.
We didn't kill each other, yay.
No. Now, because in our travel cars, we have a fridge running 24/7. I never turned it off. The drawer fridge in the Ranger has been running for the last, 3 years or something like that. So it literally never gets turned off, and that's how I want to keep traveling. I don't ever want to worry about it switching off and then losing everything that's in the fridge. And that's why I don't want to run this off the car's house battery at all. It does have a 60 amp hour 12 volt battery in it, but that's fairly small. So I don't want to rely on it also running off of that all the time and drawing that down to near nothing. So for now, we're going for a temp setup because I want to test this and make sure it works without fully installing a system. So I went to my mates at Custom Lithium who have been sorting us out for the last few years now, and they gave me this. This isn't something that they currently sell, but it's a little bit of a prototype. So there's a good opportunity for us to grab it and see how it works. So it's a 100 amp hour battery with, it's basically a portable power pack. So it's got the DC charger in there, MPPT, which we are using neither, but what they've also added on this for us for our application is an AC charger, because right behind this setup here, we've got 3 AC power points. So I've plugged it into that, so every time we drive the car, it's charging off the 230 volt, which the car produces in the tub here. So far, it's working really well. We've had this in here for 3 or 4 days now, and AC chargers, you can usually get a higher charge rate out of them depending on what size you get. So this thing charges very quickly. So far, this is working absolutely perfectly for us. We don't have to touch anything. Just as soon as you start the car, it starts charging the battery pack. Now, also off that battery pack, I'm running my Cowfish Cosmo Mini, which is running our Starlink. So you can see I've run the cable. I showed that when I was talking through the canopy, it's poking up through our dust vent up there, and that's working really nice. So I've just double-sided taped that on top of it. This will all be a nice neat setup once we do finally figure out exactly how we want to run it, but I think that's come up really neat for now. And this is how we're running our Starlink Mini dish. So we've got the roadie case, it's got the clear perspex top, and it just magnets down to the roof of the car. Super simple. A lot of people question if this moves, but those magnets are really strong. And then, like I said, just got my cable running through that vent there. Nice simple setup, but works perfectly. Went and grabbed the cheapest, and I mean the cheapest fridge I could find. This is a 4-wheel drive Super Center special, $129. It's fine. It's a fridge and it's keeping beers cold. Now, that's all I really wanted to run in here. Other than that, we've got Cooper's little bed, and this tub also has built-in lights. So there's a little switch up here, and you've got 2 lights in there, and that's along with our other light that we have up here. So it's really good. We've got plenty of light without having to do anything. I haven't run a single wire for any of that. And the final 2 things I'm running in the back here is our Sun's Adventure and 4x4 cargo gear bag. I'm literally just carrying minimal stuff. We've got our induction cooker and just a few other little things in there. But these bags are super neat to keep all that stuff tidy. That just slides back in there. And I just picked up this the other day, a new tool roll from Nathan and Kelly at PM Canvas Products. This is awesome. I've been running cheaper ones for ages and they just keep breaking. And I saw Cam had one of these on our last trip to the Canning Stock route, and I hit up Nathan and Kelly and said, hey, can I please get one of those? They are awesome. It's just such good quality, all this tough mesh and the big zippers and whatnot. So I've just got minimal tools to fix electric cars, basically. So super happy with that. Anyway, that's how we're running it for this trip. Super simple, not flash at all. But as soon as we get back from this trip, we're gonna get our GVM kit installed, and then I can build a full drawer fridge setup. So it'll be very similar to sort of the back of a wagon, or how we kind of had our setup when we originally had the Ranger with a tub top canopy. So I'll build all that myself, I think. Should be fun. I should be able to do it, I think, but we want to keep it as light as possible still. So anyway, this is it for now. Anyway, that's it. The succulent Chinese wheels is ready for our first trip. We're actually on the road now already. So make sure you stay tuned, see how this thing actually goes towing our caravan for a proper distance. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. If you can, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.